So you guys wanted to know what I've been up to while I've been away. Okay, so while I was away, I deleted my relationship vlogs. It caused some drama. So, because I mentioned people's names and somehow they found out about it. So I deleted it just because I don't like drama, and I figured the best way to deal with it was just take it off. That would make everybody happy. I apologize, whatever. So I'll try to refrain from. The problem was that I got too personal and I pointed them out in pictures. Um, so, anyways, basically, obviously, the biggest thing for me was moving. I moved here in April, May. Shane helped me. I was living here for about a week or two, and then my car broke down. It just stopped running. It ended up being that my remote start that was hooked up to my car went bad, so it took 25 days for my car to get up and running. And so Shane was my main transportation, and I had a friend of mine that helped me out too. I had a few friends actually, but my friend Chris was also a main way of me getting to work. So Shane and I were making it work. He was getting unhappy again. I was questioning us, asking about the label. And then he proceeds to tell me that there was someone else that he liked, and that he actually ended up kissing her. But when he told me, the kiss had happened maybe about a month or two before that. So I was devastated again, here I am, like, wholeheartedly trying to make it work, and obviously he's not being as serious as I am. So, eventually, we still were trying to make it work, whatever, without the label. And it came to a point where he had told me to just move on, to just see other people. So, 7 months of being dragged around, I was like, okay. And it just so happens that I met someone, and he asked me out on a date. So I went, and he has a good way of reading me. He called me that day of, and he could just tell by the way I was acting that I had a date. And then he started flipping out, like freaking out. He got mad at me, and I told him, whoa, look, like, you told me to do this. This is what I'm doing. You told me to move on, to try to get over you, and this is what I'm doing. So, I had my date. It was great. It was an awesome date. He took me out for ice cream. We talked. Then I was showing him my tattoos and the meaning behind them. This boy, Kenny, that I went on a date with. And as I was buttoning up my shirt, because I was wearing like a tank top and a button down shirt on top, as I was buttoning my shirt, he was like, I think you button these unevenly. And he grabs my shirt and he pulls me toward him and he kissed me. So it was awesome. Shane called me that night crying, saying that he took me for granted and he wants me back and he'll do whatever he can to make it work. And by that point I was just like, wow, I really like this other guy, we have a lot in common, and he seems to enjoy my company. So I was kind of in a rut. I was leaning more toward Kenny. I don't know, as the days progressed, I started having a change of heart. Like, wow, I've been through so much with Shane. I've waited around for him. He's been in my life for a long time. So, I don't know, I started to lean toward Shane again. And by this point, he told me that he wanted to pursue it with the girl that he had kissed a few months previous, because they had a lot in common. They're both random, funny people. She's into sports, like, actually follows sports. So he said he had this feeling, and he wanted to pursue that. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, a few days ago, you were, like, crying, saying you'd move in with me, that you would show more affection, things like that. And now all of a sudden, you change your mind. So it's just like, whatever. So pretty much that is all done. Like, I haven't seen him in a month or two. Now, basically, I've just been living here, taking it easy. It was kind of, I had like the winter blues, I guess you could say. Um, I was lonely, depressed all the time. But then Father's Day approached, and as you all know from my blogs, or if you are just now watching, my dad passed away in December. So Father's Day was a little rough for me. And then it killed me too, because on the 23rd, 3 days after Father's Day, it was going to be his birthday. So I kind of got down into a depression again for a few weeks. Constantly, he was on my mind. I was crying myself to sleep. I don't normally remember my dreams, and he was starting to show up in my dreams, which was weird. I actually woke up hysterically crying, like I had a nightmare. Sister, actually, like, she was interviewing for another job, and it just so happens, like, that she got fired from her current. She was starting to dream about him too, and he was talking about all this technical stuff, like all these technical terms that my stepfather would never know in a million years. Like, he would not know. And he was saying all this in her dreams, and then she kept proceeding through the interviewing process, and it turns out that she got hired. She was hired about a week ago or so, and her pay is doubling, which is good. It's much needed. She's kind of the breadwinner in her house. She makes more money than her husband. I feel like maybe my dad was guiding her, telling her everything was going to be okay. I've had weird experiences since he's passed away. Weird ghostly encounters, if you will. If you guys want detail on that, I can make another video of my actual encounters that I've had. But I've been going out a lot lately, now that it's warmer out, just being more social. Now that I'm not with Shane, you know, I'm not spending all my time driving, wasting my gas, going to see him. So I've been hanging out with friends a lot more. My friendships have grown a lot with friends I used to hang out with in the past. When I get into relationships or I'm pursuing something, it ends up that I kind of focus more on the person that I'm with rather than my friends. But at the same rate, it was winter, and I'm always in my house. Like, I hate winter. I don't like going out. It's cold. There's nothing to do. But yeah, so this other guy that I was dating didn't really work out. I'm gonna start up my relationship vlogs again, like I said, so I can get into more detail. But basically, that's a big thing that people want to know about, is like if I'm still with Shane, like what's going on with that. Currently, I'm single. I am seeing someone new. A week today, actually. I met him, but I'll get into that later. I really like my new place. It's awesome to be on my own. A weight has lifted from my shoulders. There's just no drama. Drama in itself is a huge stressor, so it's nice. It's definitely a growing experience. I feel within past several years I've matured a lot, so it's hard to find someone at the same level as me as far as what I want in life. A lot of kids my age, I'm 23, I'll be 24 on the 26th of this month, actually. So a lot of people my age want to be young, stupid, get laid, you know. But me, I want marriage, I want kids. I've just gone through a lot in life, and I guess I've matured faster than most. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying I'm perfect. Like, I'm definitely not. And I do have a lot to learn, but I'm learning as I go.